Hello everybody and welcome back to the Robert Cheeke Show. I'm your host, Robert Cheeke, where your personal best happens every day. It is Monday, July 13th, and I'm back in Portland. If I look tired, I slept 3.5 hours last night and just drove 7 hours. I drove out to Bend, Oregon, about 3 hours or so east of here, and drove around there and had some meetings, and then just got back. Just drove back, just walked in the door, and need to get ready for bed pretty soon, I think. It was just a long day, and I spent twice the amount of time in my car as I spent in bed. And the other day, 2 nights before that, I only slept 3 hours the night before my competition. So anyway, a little bit fatigued from that, but back in action, making it happen. Quick update for today. So I totally meant to bring this camera to Bend. There were mountains everywhere with snow all over them, and out in the desert, and some great things to look at and see, and some great backdrops, but I failed to bring the camera with me today. I got up at 6:30 in the morning after going to bed at 3, and it slipped my mind right as I left, and I realized that after I was already on the freeway, and thought, well, another time. But I did scope out all the great places that I would like to pull off to the side of the road and use as the backdrop. Just some amazing places to see out there. #1 adventure city in America, Bend, Oregon. So check it out if you haven't been. I'm going to be going probably every month or so. I've got a lot of stuff going on over there with work, projects, and quick drive. I mean, I left this morning, hung out in Bend for 5 hours and drove back, and it was 12 hours round trip total based on the amount of time I spent there. 6 hours, I guess, round trip driving, 6 or 7. But anyway, back in action, making it happen. I competed over the weekend. Over the weekend in NPC Oregon State Championships, and I got my butt kicked. I did. I got my butt kicked, but I had fun. And it was a humbling experience, and it was the first time in my life in 11 competitions that I did not place in the top 5. So, I had that experience of being one of the guys left out from the awards. First time I have not received an award from competition, because I'm always in the top 5, so, something new for me. And I worked hard, I did the best I could. I tried really, really hard. And I had photos taken on Wednesday. In fact, I just posted them on Facebook just last night, I think, before I headed off to Bend this morning. And I think they were some of the best photos I've ever had. I thought my physique was really at its best 3 days before the competition, but come Saturday, it's like I didn't show up. It's kind of like it parallels dominant teams in sports, like in the NBA playoffs, a dominant team who gets blown out by 40 points. That expression, they just didn't show up to play. And it's like I just didn't show up on Saturday. I mean, I was trying, I was up there, I was flexing, I was posing as hard as I could, my legs were shaking, I was doing what I could, but it just wasn't good enough. I gave it my best, and it simply wasn't good enough. And I just need to get better. And I know a lot of the things I need to work on, and I know how to apply those, and I did this year. And I had a good year. Overall, I had a good year. I finished 1st, 2nd, 5th, 3rd, and then I didn't place. So that's in chronological order how I finished this year. I had a solid year based on the changes that I made this year from the experiences I've had in the past, the things that I learned and then I applied. And now I learned even more. I learned even more from this experience here and discovered more and more things I have to work on. A lot to work on. A lot of room for improvement, obviously. I brought out some weaknesses that became strengths, or at least became better than they were before, in a lot of different areas, in a lot of different muscle groups, and a lot of different ways of presentation and posing and holding poses and muscle development and my ability to control it and contract it. I improved in a lot of ways, but I just didn't show up on Saturday. I didn't have a good showing on Saturday, and it was too bad. I really would have liked to, but I still had fun. I cheered on my friends. I was the loudest guy in the audience, cheering for people. Big Curtis, what's up, dog? Big Jeff, my buddy Jeff, the big guy that I was posing with, he came in 2nd in his class, which was light heavyweight. A guy from my gym, Curtis, who I just met, but I see him all the time at the gym, but we just met, and I was cheering loudly for him. He won the middleweight and was in contention for the overall and just missed it a little bit to this massive powerhouse in the heavyweight who's dominant and is going to be competing at the USA Championships in like 2 weeks in Vegas. I'll be there as well. At least that's my plan. I've got a one-way ticket out there to Southern California with plans to go over there to Vegas to be there for that. So I should be there. Anyway, contest was a lot of fun. I had some friends. Randall was there. Ed was there. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. I had a couple friends from Vegan Bodybuilding come out and support, take pictures and stuff like that. I wish I could have done a better show for you guys. I really tried. I gave it what I had. You guys know that, and I appreciate the support. And there'll be many more. And my plan was to compete August 8th near Seattle. But then I got an offer to go to Chicago that same date. And then just now, while I was in Bend, I got a call saying, hey, the event in Chicago we wanted you to work at is sold out. It's booked. It was for Vega, one of my jobs for touring around. So, I just got that news 3 hours ago, so I got to figure out what to do. Do I decide to compete after all? After I decided a couple days ago not to compete? Or do I just rest and recover and take the advice a lot of people have been giving, which is to just take a little break. My muscles need a break. I mean, I've been on a diet since January. It's now July. Give my body a rest. Give my mind a rest. I have like 5 full-time jobs by choice because I love what I do in all those different aspects. That's why, I can only sleep a few hours because there's so much to do and obligations and expectations. So I've got to decide, what do I do? August 8th. It's also an important day, special person's birthday that day. We'll see. I'm going to do what I did last week. I got to check the time. Man, I'm tired. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Oh, we'll wrap this thing up. So, I just wanted to share. I really meant to bring my camera to the competition too. I really wanted to show some behind the scenes stuff. But at the competition, I was on 3 hours of sleep, and I was tired, and I was struggling. I was still in a good mood, but I was struggling. I wasn't in the top 5. I wasn't in the top 6. 7th is where I placed myself. There weren't official placings, but I could tell. There were 6 guys clearly better than me, and then a couple other guys. So 7th out of 9 is where I fit. But it's not like I was so bummed I didn't want to show anything. I was tired. I was exhausted, and it wasn't that exciting backstage. I just kind of sat there, and it was a long process. 140 athletes. So I just sat there for hours waiting for my turn to go, and then all the tanning and pumping up and getting ready. But I'm gonna have to wait, do behind the scenes for another contest. And I'll be attending some major contests anyway, so we might get to interview Jay Cutler or a few other people, famous bodybuilders, because I won't have to be competing and covered in all this tanning stuff. I can actually just hold the camera and interview people. So anyway, that's the result. That's the result. I didn't have my best showing, but I finished the year. 2009, bodybuilding season's done, unless I get up on stage August 8th. But right now, I need to save money. I need to make money. I've got a lot of loans to pay back for a movie that I filmed, Vegan Brothers in Iron, and I just keep working hard, and I have been. I just need to keep working hard and get down to business. I need to hammer it and nail it until I get it, and I just got to keep making money and keep paying things off and creating more opportunities so that I can be a little less stressed and have a little more time to do some other stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry I didn't bring the camera to Bend. It was such a beautiful drive and so many great mountains to see out there, and it was sunny. Here it was raining. It was 75, 80 degrees out there. So next time, I'll be back every month. So thanks for watching. Robert Cheeke Show, back in action, making it happen, where your personal best happens every day. See you.